Okay, last up for our series of our 2020 Quintessence wine is our 100% Cabernet Sauvignon. So this was the first ever wine that we made off Quintessence back in 2012, coming from some of their original 2010 plantings. It's almost 100% oak fermented, so adds a lot of nice richness and helps the new oak that we just went in integrate into the wine a little bit better. It's almost 90% aged in new French oak barrels. And for this wine, we actually do a little bit of extended barrel aging. So this will spend around 28 months or so in barrel before it gets bottled. Just really helps all those amazing new French oak barrels, which we use a lot of different types in this wine, and some really nice barrels. Just integrate into that wine a little bit better. So it sometimes when you use that much new oak, you're kind of tasting and smelling the new oak, and then you're tasting and smelling the fruit in the wine, and they don't quite fit together. But I think this wine is a perfect example of what using really good new French oak barrels and aging them smartly brings to a Red Mountain style wine. So interesting fact about this wine, it's clones 169 and 191. We used to make clonal cabs from these two vineyard blocks before we started doing them in our estate. Those are both French Enttave clones, so actual plant material that's identified and propagated in Bordeaux, and then is licensed actually in a nursery in Benton City that works with WSU to be able to have us plant these on Red Mountain. So I think what it does is it brings a little bit of the old world style to a Red Mountain cab. So you get some of that really nice dark fruit tones, minerality, really intense tannin structure, but you're getting some of that bright Red Mountain, classic red fruit characteristics thrown in there. On the aroma, it's not as, fruity as in Merlot and the Malbec. You kind of have to go searching for it a little more. Getting lots of nice, baking spices, minerality, wet rocks. Really dark fruit tones, like black cherry. And I think my favorite thing about this wine is just the tannin structure. It's loads of tannin throughout the entire palate. Kind of that dusty Red Mountain tannin structure, but pretty polished. Really well integrated into the wine. Really well balanced. This is an amazing food pairing wine. Honestly, this wine probably needs a little bit of extra time in bottle to really open up. Give it a good 3 to 5 years in your cellar before you try it again, and I think you'll really be rewarded. And definitely one of our wines that we make here at Fidelitas that will, age out a good 15 to 20 years plus, especially in this vintage. Cheers.